Good evening, students. Today we are going to start the second lesson of SS, that is locating places. Now I have a picture for you on the screen. Just have a look at it and see what you can understand. Can you see a pizza delivery boy? Yes, he has come to deliver the pizza that was ordered. Do you know how he reaches the right house? It's because the address was given. In this second picture, you can see Google Maps opened in a phone. Do you know what it is used for? It's used to find locations of places you do not know. Suppose someone asks you, where do you stay? Will you say you stay in the world, or in Asia, or in India, or in Silvassa? You will definitely say that you live behind something, opposite something, and that is how a person knows exactly where you stay. This is not possible on the globe. If you want to locate India on the globe, you can't do it in the air by pointing your finger. You need to have its address. What can the address of India be? For that, we need to learn about latitudes and longitudes, which act as an address for various places on the globe. Now I want you to look into your books on page number 7, lesson 2, locating places. I'll be reading the lines of the lesson and explaining to you point-wise. All the continents, oceans, countries and cities are marked on a globe. Without any reference point, it is difficult to locate a place on the globe. In order to locate a place, we need certain reference points. When we look at a globe, we are able to see only one side. To see the other side, we have to rotate it. The globe rotates on a pole that passes through it, which is called the axis. An axis is the imaginary line on which the earth rotates. The two ends of the axis are called the poles. The point at the top is called the North Pole and the point at the bottom is called the South Pole. On a globe, we can also see a number of lines. These all are imaginary lines drawn on a globe that makes it easier for us to locate any place on it. Now I have a picture for you on the screen. I hope you can see the two red arrows. That dark line which comes from the top till the bottom, that is known as the axis. This acts like a support for the globe to rotate. The top part is known as the North Pole and the bottom part is known as the South Pole. Now children, actually if you speak, there are no lines drawn on the earth. We have these lines drawn only on the globe. You know for what? It is for our better understanding. I hope you know the word imaginary. Imagine, it's not there actually. In reality, it's not there, but you have to imagine that it is there. So these lines are known as imaginary lines about which we are going to study today. First of all, the axis is also an imaginary line. After the imaginary line, we are going to learn about, again we have 90 plus 90, that is 180 latitudes which are also imaginary. Now we have another dark line where equator 0 degree is written. This is the line which is known as a latitude. This latitude divides the entire globe into two equal halves. You might have seen your mother breaking a coconut. When the coconut is broken, you have two halves, the top half and the bottom half. In the same way, we have the equator dividing the globe into two halves like a coconut. Of course, it does not break it, but it divides it for our understanding, for our studying purpose. The upper part, which means from the equator to the North Pole, is known as the northern hemisphere, and from the equator to the bottom, that is the South Pole, is known as the southern hemisphere. So when we talk about latitudes, we have from the equator up to the North Pole, we have 90 latitudes which are drawn at every 1 degree. But we don't have to learn the names of all those latitudes. All those latitudes are not named, they are just numbered. But we have some main latitudes that are named, which you can see in the picture. 0 degree we have equator. As we move towards the North Pole, we have the Tropic of Cancer, which is drawn at 23.5 degree north. Again, you move a little upward, we have Arctic Circle, not Arctic, it's pronounced as Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree north. And finally, when you come to the North Pole, that is 90 degree north. The same way, when you come downwards from the equator, you come down to the South Pole, again you have Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south. Now here we have south because this is the southern hemisphere. You come little downwards, you have Antarctic Circle at 66.5 degree south, and the southernmost tip is 90 degree south. So children, when we look at latitudes on a flat surface, especially in your book or on a map, it appears as if they are straight lines. But you look at this picture on your screen, you can see small, little bigger, still little bigger, still little bigger circles. And where the word equator is written, that is the longest circle. I hope you can see and understand it. The numbers that are written here, you don't need to remember all those. We just have to remember 7 main latitudes. They are at 0 degree we have the equator, 23.5 degree north we have the Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degrees south we have the Tropic of Capricorn, 66.5 degree north we have the Arctic Circle, 66.5 degrees south we have the Antarctic Circle, 90 degree north we have the North Pole, and 90 degrees south we have the South Pole. These are the main latitudes which you need to learn, which you need to remember, not all. Now, from the word equator, where 0 degree is shown, between 0 till 90 degree north, we have 90 latitudes drawn at every 1 degree, which means at 1 degree, 1 latitude is drawn. At 2 degree, second latitude is drawn. At 3 degree, the third latitude is drawn, and so on. That means between 0 degree to 90 degree north, we have altogether 90 lines drawn. And these are 90 latitudes. From 0 degree, that is equator, as you come towards the bottom, that is a 90 degree south, also we have 90 latitudes drawn. So 90 plus 90, we have 180 latitudes altogether. Now, these latitudes, as I told you, are not straight lines, but they are all circles. Now you can see near the North Pole, there is a line drawn. That circle is small. As you come towards the Tropic of Cancer, that circle becomes little bigger. As you come towards the equator, that circle becomes the longest one. As you come towards the south, towards the Tropic of Capricorn, the circle becomes again smaller. You come little downward towards the Antarctic Circle, the circle becomes still smaller, and when you reach the 90 degrees south, it is just a dot. It is not a circle, it is just a dot. 90-degree north and 90-degree south are just dot. Latitudes are also known as parallels of latitudes. You know what is the reason? They are called parallels because the distance between any two latitudes is the same. The distance between any two latitudes is always the same. Now we move on to longitudes. Now let me remind you once again. There are no latitudes drawn on the earth. They are only imaginary lines. They are drawn only on the globe and on the maps. That is for our understanding, for our knowledge, for helping us to locate places on the globe, on the earth. That was about latitudes. Now I want you to have a look at the picture on your screen which has different types of lines drawn. All the lines have a beginning at the North Pole and an ending at the South Pole. Each and every line that is drawn, they touch the North Pole and the South Pole. And look at the distance between any two longitudes. You look at any two longitudes, look at the distance. As you come from the North Pole towards the middle part, the distance increases. And as you move back towards the South Pole, the distance decreases and finally they meet at the South Pole. This is the difference between latitudes and longitudes. I hope you remember I told you the distance between any two latitudes is always the same everywhere. Whereas over here, every longitude begins from the North Pole and meets at the South Pole, which means the distance between two longitudes is not the same everywhere. Now you can see the prime meridian. This is like the equator. The equator divides the globe into two equal halves like a coconut. Whereas over here, it divides the globe into two halves like an orange. You might have seen a santra or mosambi. Whenever you bring these fruits in your house, I would suggest you to peel it off carefully and have a look. They are like longitudes that you see on your screen. We have in all 360 longitudes. Latitudes are 90 and longitudes are 360. You can see on page 9 of your textbook the first line. The meridian of longitude that passes through Greenwich near London is taken as 0-degree longitude. This line of longitude is called the prime meridian. So longitudes are also known as meridians. We have altogether 360 meridians. The way we have 0-degree equator. Equator is a latitude, whereas prime meridian is a longitude. The degree is same, 0-degree. The difference is the equator divides the globe into two halves, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, whereas the prime meridian, which is at 0-degree, divides the globe into two halves, into eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. So between 0-degree and 180 degree, we have 180 meridians, and on the other half we have 180 meridians, which means 180 in the eastern hemisphere, 180 in the western hemisphere. Now, what about the common line, the common longitude, that is 180-degree longitude? What about that? That becomes common for both the hemispheres, eastern hemisphere as well as western hemisphere. You can see it in the second paragraph on page 9. Second paragraph, page 9. The area between 0 degree and 180 degree towards the east of the prime meridian is known as the eastern hemisphere and is marked as E. The area between 0 degree and 180 degree towards the west of the prime meridian is known as the western hemisphere and is marked as W. The meridian of 180 degree east and 180 degree west is the same line and is called the international date line. This particular longitude is known as the international date line. Now in the 5th standard, we don't have any other details to be studied. Just a little about latitudes, a little about longitudes, and the third point is grid. You'll be studying in the 6th standard in detail the uses of latitudes and longitudes, the use of international date line. Now we have the third point of the lesson, that is the grid. You have a picture on your screen which will help you to understand the meaning of grid. I'll just read the last paragraph on page 9. The parallels of latitude and lines of longitude form a network on the globe which is known as grid. The point at which a latitude and a longitude cross help us to locate a place. To locate a place, we must know its degree of latitude and longitude. So with this we come to the end of the chapter. If you did not understand any point, you may pause the video, go back and watch it. Thank you. May God bless you.